Good morning, everyone. Hey, I'm Karen Yankovich, and I am here with the beautiful Deirdre Nesline today. And Deirdre, can you see me?
I can perfectly.
Can you see what's behind? Do you see what's behind me?
My backyard.
That is Deirdre that I took from Deirdre's balcony. So yes, so of course that's telling you right off the bat that not only is Deirdre and I collaborate, mastermind, and work together, but we're also friends. House, so generous with it. But I wanted to bring Deirdre on to this Make $1,000 Today series, and kind of just brainstorm with her a little bit. And I thought that might be good for you guys to see how this kind of thing is done. So I just want to make sure I'm looking at what I need to look at here. So just a little intro, if this is the first one of these videos you've seen. I started to do this video, Make $1,000 Today video series. It stemmed from a mastermind that I was a part of years ago, that when we would get jammed a little bit in our business and our creativity, we would challenge each other and say, all right, today's your day. How can you make $1,000 today? And almost always it happened. And these are one of the reasons why, and we're not going into all of this right now, but why it's important to always be list building, why it's important to always be doing the foundation, have consistent content. Because if you are consistent with your presence, it's a lot easier to have an audience to reach out to when you are ready, when you need to shake $1,000 out of your business. But at the same time, you don't have to do that. Yesterday, we did a video just on, outreach. What does it look like if you just reach out to your existing audience? So Beck is here with us, and Paula, good to see you. Daniela, awesome. I love that you guys are here consistently. So Beck, Deirdre, so hopefully you'll, feel free to chip in if you have any ideas. So, my reason for doing this series is also because I know that there's so many of us that are having to make some pivots and some shifts in our business. Deirdre's business is decluttering. She comes to your house and cleans out your closets, right? Like, she's not doing that this week. Or if you're moving, or you need to, you have aging parents. So maybe there's some level of that can be done. But obviously her business needs to shift, because, she can't continue to build a business based on going out there, and she's still got, mortgages to pay, a mortgage, food to put in her mouth, and things like that. So I truly believe that people like me, people like Deirdre, people like you can still be of service to our community. We just have to shift how we do that. And if we are not doing that, we are really not, we are doing them a disservice, because there are people that need us now more than ever. So one of the reasons I thought it would be fun to do this with Deirdre today is because I don't know about you guys. I work from home. So I tend to, jump into a closet every now and then and rip things apart. But some of us are working from home for the first time. And, it sounds a lot cooler than it actually is, right? I see these jokes going around. I have to change out of my daytime sweatpants to my nighttime sweatpants to go to bed, and that is 100% how my life is. In fact, one of the reasons I did these videos at 9 a.m. is that it forces me to be up and showered and dressed every morning, and I have to play these little tricks with myself as a work from home person, somebody that works from home. So Deirdre, what are you seeing? Well, tell everybody a little bit about you. I have to stop talking and let you talk. Tell everybody a little about you and what you're doing in your business.
Well, what I do, like you said, is I go into people's homes and I help them declutter so that they can either age in place, or I set up the move. I project manage their move for them. And that's basically what I do.
Yeah. So now,
really.
What's that?
It's all on site, really.
Right. I actually saw a realtor friend of mine posted about a closing he did yesterday, where they pulled up their cars 10 feet away from each other, and the title company pulled up behind them, and they were emailing each other from their phones to do the closing in a parking lot. So there's certainly things that we can still do business as usual. But in your case, you're not going out to clean people's houses out. That being said, we're probably looking at our closets now going, oh my gosh, I need to do something about this. I can't find this. I can't find that. Like when you work from home, listen, I work from home and my kids are grown. I do recall the years that my kids were finally, well, not finally, I should say that. I love my kids. I love when they were around, but I do recall when they were all moved out, and actually when you went to get the scissors, they were where you left them. So I get those of you that still have your kids home, it's a little different. But when you work from home and you go to get your scissors or the tape, or you need to do something and it's not there, it impacts your productivity, right? So for me, I've had to be much more organized at home to work from home. If you could see my desk right now, you'd be laughing and saying, really, Karen? But I'm working from my dining room right now because I'm kind of spread out. And yeah. So Deirdre, so first of all, let me ask you, what kinds of things do you think you can be offering right now to people that are struggling working from home?
Well, you had mentioned to me to create a PDF, and I think that's brilliant. So I did pull out some of my information to help people, and I might actually just create something quickly with Canva and just do the steps to get ready for the taxes if you haven't done your taxes yet, or if you've done your taxes and now you're left with this stack of items. What are you going to do with those? So I was thinking that might be something good to give away.
So that's great because it gets people on your email list, right?
Right.
And that gives you something that you can follow up with them with, because Lee is watching right now and she just said, she's not watching on LinkedIn, and she just said, my mom just moved in with me. We could use you, Deirdre.
Oh.
So I'm saying that because I think that, somebody's saying spring cleaning on a whole new level. Yeah. So if you are, so many of us we're like swamped right now. If you're homeschooling your kids and working from home, I get that you don't have a lot of time for this, but remember that people that are working from home are still getting a paycheck, and they were willing to hire you and pay you before. So that why would they not be willing to hire you and pay you now? So what can you do beyond that freebie? So like for me, these videos are my free way of supporting people through this time. So your PDF, which is, okay, you're home, why not get your paperwork organized forever, not just for this year, right? But maybe you can kind of give them a system that they implement that even moving forward they could use. So what else, what could you do beyond that then? So somebody like Lee who's saying, my mom just moved in with me, I can just imagine all the stuff, right? So what could she be doing? What kinds of things can people be doing that are looking around themselves and going, I've got to get this house under control? How can they pay you to help them?
Well, what I actually did is I set up a distance declutter by Deirdre on my website, so that you can sign up, we'll make an appointment, and then I'll lead you through that decluttering. So you do it, but with my guidance, because frankly, I can do it so much more quickly than you. And if you don't know where to start, I'll help you with that. I'll help you start. I'll get you into a system, and you'll be able to do it yourself.
So right there, what you do is, you could do it much more quickly than them. So right now, that's one thing I'd pay for, getting it done more quickly, right? So Beck is saying Deirdre does non-judgmental, awesomely effective, serious decluttering. So I completely agree with that. But one of the things that Lee's saying, and this is something I wouldn't have thought of if I didn't know you, Lee's saying that her mom is struggling with what papers to keep. And I think that there's many levels of that, right? And what we're doing right here, by the way, Deirdre, is maybe even creating your little video of explaining what this distance decluttering offer is, because Lee, I will say this to Lee, and then I want you to speak to this. It's not just about, do I need this paper or not? There's a whole psychological aspect to this. So even if you think you can do it yourself, sometimes you need somebody to poke you a little bit, because it's hard. I remember when I bought the house that I'm living in now, there was 1 million books, and her dad had written in all the books, in many of the books. When I say 1 million, there was probably 2,000, and it was really difficult for her to be just parting with things that had her dad's handwriting in it. So talk a little bit about how bringing you in can help make decisions around those things versus trying to do it yourself.
Well, it's hard when you have that emotional attachment, and especially shouldn't say especially, but in many cases, women and their daughters. That can be a tough, difficult relationship at times. And when emotions run high, things tend to come to a standstill. So what I offer is an unemotional, unbiased assistance with that.
Right. That's so cool. That's so cool. So one of Lee's suggestions is how to have a proactive conversation with family about how to successfully move an aging parent. So I guess what I'm saying, if we're doing the how do you make $1,000 today? So Deirdre, what you could do is offer maybe a 197 starter package. You're locked in your house. You know what I mean? For $200, I will spend, maybe it's even a couple of half hours, right? Because maybe you'll spend a half hour and then another half hour later with maybe some email access or Voxer access in between. And none of us are going to pay our mortgage on $200, but you only need 5 people to get to your first 1,000, right?
Right.
So from there, so I do believe that once you get people started, okay, and they start to experience what a taste of what working with Deirdre is like, they're going to want more from you. So I'm not looking for you to build your business around this $200 offer or $100 offer, $500 offer, whatever you feel is right. I think though that when people get a taste of working with you, they're going to say, all right, that was really cool. What can you do for my garage? Right. Yeah. Or I've got boxes of pictures, or so this distance decluttering thing, maybe you even offer like a from that first initial one, like a multi-session package, like for $1,000 a month for 3 months, but they pay it over $1,000. You'll work with them, and you'll be their BFF that needs to be standing next to them going, you know what, you could buy one of those for $3 if you really need it. Right.
I love that.
So I feel like that can very quickly get you to 1,000. If you made an offer, like just a quick and simple, let's just get important papers.
Okay. Yeah. I love that.
So yeah. So I don't know if this might be Sandy, but yes, I moved to help going through my house and releasing stuff was overwhelming and extremely emotional journey. Sure could have used Deirdre. Yeah. So we can sit there and say, you're offering that PDF for free. So you are giving people some support. You're helping people not in a position to do that. And by the way, that really need your help and you're not, and they can't pay the $200, you are always welcome to give them a scholarship, right? So you can still help people if you feel the need to be offering more service, but you do not have to be doing that. Nobody's expecting you to offer your services for free. We expect to pay people that help us, and that hasn't changed, I don't think, in this environment. I just think what has changed is our mindset around, is it okay to be charging, and I think it is. I think it is.
Well, I've been popping in my Facebook page, and just like when I have little blocks of 15 minutes saying, hey, if you want to get on a call like this with me for 15 minutes, and we'll just go through and do, a drawer, a cabinet, a shelf, whatever you need to do.
Oh, how's that going?
That's
way over how's that going?
Fun, quick hits, just 15 minutes. And I've just been offering it on, my personal Facebook page to people.
Free?
So it's fun. Yeah, free.
Is it free?
Yeah.
And do you follow up with them?
I will. I've only done it cabinets. I've only done it this week, but I will.
Okay. Yeah. So now when you've created this 197 offer, you can follow up with them and say, listen, we can spend a couple of half hours together and dive into this a little further now that we've got started. But here's the thing. What I want you to do, so I want to just kind of explain the progression here, and then we got to run because I wanted to keep these at 10 minutes and we're almost at 15. The progression here is Deirdre's got this free thing. So I've got these free videos that I'm doing. I then move you to a webinar, which I've just put at the bottom, because I know that a percentage of people, either at a free level or at a at that how do you make $1,000 today, so you're helping a few people to build up your, to build up to that $1,000, I know a percentage of them are going to want more. A percentage of them are going to say, what would it look like if I just spent 3 months with you? And I want you to be ready for that. I want you to be ready for that, which is why I'm doing this, your $5,000 offer workshop. Because, so if you've listened to this and you're inspired to do some $100 or $200, they can get you to a $1,000 offer. So I've been doing some of these free things, and I said to her, are you following up with these people? And she said, not yet. Like that, that's a disconnect, right? And it doesn't have to be immediate, but even if you have an email that's later, this is what happens, this free thing with, and maybe you just email them an opportunity to get on the phone. Like, so for my, so for me, these videos go to that workshop, and at that workshop, I tell you about my program, help you, we brainstormed on this workshop. I spent about a half hour at the end of the job helping people brainstorm their $5,000 offer personally. So you definitely should join this. We're doing them every Wednesday. But in the meantime, at some point, I hope that there's a percentage of people that are going to say, I want to help me build this whole thing out for myself and to help me create a brand, because there's a lot of people that say, I can help you clean out your closet because you're there. Deirdre's got the credentials. And where she shines on that is LinkedIn. You guys knew that was coming, right? Where that shines is LinkedIn. She can go on LinkedIn and tell people, this is my, these are my credentials. I'm certified in this. I'm the president of that. And that's where she will stand out from the other people that are doing this. So that's what I want you to be doing. I want you to be thinking about, what do? You can really leverage and leverage your own personal expertise, your own personal brand, so that you can start by shaking $1,000 out of the trees today, but then follow up with people that potentially could be long.
I love
this. Has been fun, Deirdre. By all means, when you tell people how they can find out about you and how they can find out about your offer once you have it ready.
Okay. Declutter by Deirdre. And my name, Deirdre, is spelled Deirdre.com. So it's declutterbydeirdre.com. And I host a podcast, Magnificent Aging Podcast.com. You could go to that to listen to it as well. And that's a lot of tips and hints to get through the 40 plus years. And I don't know, LinkedIn, Facebook, I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah. So look for Declutter by Deirdre. And Deirdre, when you're ready, if you want, you can even drop a link into where this video is playing now, and let people know how they can get one of these virtual decluttering sessions with you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. All right, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow with another How to Make 1K Today video. Thanks for being here with us, Deirdre.
Bye.
Take care.